Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast today. The NAACP here in Cleveland hosts its annual Freedom Fund dinner in the month of June. The president, the Reverend Hilton Smith, and the executive director of the Cleveland NAACP, Sheila Wright, are both here to talk about the significance of this event. Later on the broadcast today, we'll hear from Victor Ruiz of Esperanza Incorporated. He tells us about the annual Fiesta of Hope luncheon coming up. And later in the broadcast after that, the executive director of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, John Litton, will explain how you can help with the organization's annual fundraiser, and he's got a major announcement to make, I guarantee. Good morning, everyone. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and we begin with two wonderful people here, two Greater Clevelanders who are always doing the right thing. I've got Sheila Wright, executive director of the Cleveland branch of the NAACP, and the Reverend Hilton Smith, the president of the Cleveland branch of the NAACP. Good to have you both with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad to be with you, Leon.
Let's begin with you, Sheila Wright. You're the executive director, just there for a few months
as
executive director.
Yes.
How is it going in the new position?
It's going really well. I have a lot of support. There's been a lot of goodwill to me stepping into this role. I have some great leadership showing me the ropes, and you know, it's been exciting. We're building new. We're starting new things, some innovative things, and making sure that we're in touch with some of the shoulders that we still stand on.
And you're coming from another job in Cleveland, so you know everybody who are all the players anyway, here in the Greater Cleveland area.
Right, I come from the Cleveland Housing Corps under the Honorable Ray
but you know everybody in town anyway, so that always helps. Well, good to have you on the broadcast.
Let's
bring in the Reverend Hilton Smith, my good friend and fraternity brother. Hilton, good to see you too.
Good to see you, Brother Bibb.
Refresh our minds as to the mission of the NAACP, the overall mission.
Well, the overall mission, Leon, is, of course, to have civil rights at the forefront, equal rights at the forefront, equal access to education, equal access to housing, equal access to the right to vote. Believe it or not, we're still having voting issues. There are 31 states that has voting issues either on the ballot or have passed that are somewhat deficient to the minority community. And so with that, we are making that a real priority for us because, of course, voting is a right for all people.
So the civil rights struggle in many instances still continues, certainly around the voting issue.
It yet continues.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You've got a big event coming up, and we're going to continue chatting about that in just a second, but I know you're here to really plug your big event, the Freedom Fund Dinner coming up. Tell me about that, Sheila.
Well, the Freedom Fund Dinner is a signature event that the NAACP does every year. All the chapters do one, and this is our 54th Freedom Fund Dinner. So it will take place at the Cleveland Renaissance downtown. It's on June 14th, which is a Friday. It will be an after-5 affair. The reception will start at 6 o'clock. Dinner will start at 7. We still have tickets available, so we would like the community to come out and support it. We're going to have a great speaker. Dr. William Picard is speaking, and he's a Clevelander. He's was the executive director, actually, for the Cleveland NAACP.
Dr. William
Picard, yes, yes.
So you'll have a wonderful, wonderful time, and that's going to be once again Friday, June the 14th.
Yes.
What time do you start? It's an evening event.
It's an evening event. The reception starts at 6 o'clock, and dinner will start at 7.
And tickets are available. How can we get tickets?
They can contact the office. Our office phone number is 216-231-6260. We're located at 2131 Stokes Boulevard. They can stop by the office. They can also go on our website, clevelandnaacp.org. We have a Facebook page, the official Cleveland NAACP. We have a Twitter page.
You got it all.
We got it all. We're working on it.
Yeah, and our control room, wonderful people that they are in the control room, has that phone number on the screen where people can make a phone call and get tickets still available. This is vital to what you have been doing, right, Reverend Smith?
Absolutely, Leon. We're classifying this program that we're into now with NAACP as turning the pages of history. As you know, last year we celebrated 100 years of existence. This is our 101st year. And turning the pages of history, we want to go back in time and see the trailblazers and what they did to bring us forward, and deal with a lot of new young people who are absolutely joining, which is great, to bring them forward. On the evening of the Freedom Fund dinner, we'll be honoring a trailblazer in Arnold Pinckney.
He is a trailblazer indeed,
Yes.
here in the greater Cleveland area.
Yes. We'll be honoring Sister Marshall Fudge, a person that we all love and that is one of the heavy hitters in Washington.
Yeah,
and we are so blessed to have her, so we're going to honor her. But then we're honoring two young people. Leon, who grew up in the NAACP Youth Council, Mr. DeLon White, who is a professional at Eaton Corporation, and Ms. King, what's her first name, Sheila?
Shayla King.
Ms. Shayla King,
Yes.
who is a graduate of Loyola University, grew up in the NAACP movement here, has just finished law school, and she's coming back to Ohio to take the Ohio bar.
So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event.
It's going to be a wonderful event.
And Sheila said tickets are still available.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep that phone number on the screen there for people who can write that down, 231-6260 or clevelandnaacp.org.
Yeah.
More information on everything we've been talking about. In our final minute or so, Sheila, tell me, what's your vision now? You've been on the job now since January. What's your vision for the Cleveland NAACP?
Well, my vision is that the NAACP moves forward, moves the Northeast Ohio forward in progress with respect to ameliorating inequities as they abound throughout our region. President Smith talked about our mission, and in our mission, the word equity continues to abound in our mission. Mm-hmm. And so even though there were people who might think that we are past the need for civil rights action, we are not realizing all of the triumphs of our past. So my vision is that the NAACP will serve not just in a programmatic way, but actually as a vanguard to all of the entities that serve the people that we are concerned about, the least of us.
And the mission continues.
And the mission will
continue. And the
continue.
struggle continues indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on the
Thank
new
you.
job. You've been there since January, and we wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank
and
you
of course,
so
we'll be
much.
helping you with that. I'm a member of the NAACP, so
Yeah.
it's always good to be
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
If it were not for the NAACP, I would not be sitting here.
We all would be not sitting where we are, Leon,
That's a
and
fact.
thank
right.
God for the NAACP.
Sheila Wright, the Executive Director of the Cleveland branch of the NAACP, the Reverend Hilton Smith, the President of the Cleveland NAACP. Good to have you on the broadcast.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for
Friday,
having us.
June 14th, Renaissance Hotel. That's where it's going to be. I'm going to take a break. In a moment, we'll talk about the annual Fiesta of Hope Luncheon. That's coming up as well after these words, especially for you. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope, and glad to have you with us today. The annual Fiesta of Hope Luncheon, which raises money to provide scholarships for students, will take place in June. Executive Director Victor Ruiz of Esperanza is here, and he'll explain how you can help with all of this. Good to have you back, Victor.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you with us. Tell us about Esperanza, what its mission and what it means.
Sure. Well, so Esperanza means hope in Spanish. We're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. And we're dedicated to the education of Cleveland's Hispanic community. So we have programming starting in the 6th grade that targets students who are at risk of dropping out of high school.
Yeah.
And then we also provide college scholarships, and that's what the event on June 21st is going to be.
So you've got, it's called the Fiesta of Hope.
The Fiesta
That's
of Hope.
exactly what it is, too. Hope, Esperanza, all of that.
Right.
Yeah. What happens to the money that you raise in this luncheon?
So 100% of the dollars go to students to help them with their post-secondary costs. We're very excited this year that we have some pretty special scholarships. We have a $10,000 full tuition scholarship to Cleveland State. We have one that's $5,000 and some other ones that are larger than normal.
You're giving some big dollars
Yes,
to
we
help
are.
kids with the high cost of education.
Yeah, we'll give away about $100,000 in scholarships this year.
Thank you. That's wonderful, wonderful. Now, this is going to be where and when is the Fiesta of Hope Luncheon?
It's going to be Friday, June 21st at 11:45 in the morning at Renaissance Hotel.
Downtown Cleveland, Public
Downtown.
Square.
And our keynote speaker this year is Dr. Jerry Sue Thornton, which we're very excited about. Tri-C celebrating their 50th anniversary. We're celebrating our 30th.
Yeah.
We've had a very close relationship for the past 30 years, and we felt that with Dr. Thornton moving on to her next stage in life, that it would be appropriate to have her as our keynote.
She's retiring after, I think, 21 years
Yes.
as the head of Cuyahoga Community College. So she certainly knows about about the importance of education, and she's going to talk about that to all of the people who are at your luncheon and the students who are getting those scholarships as well. What kind of support have you received from the community overall about what you do at Esperanza?
Well, obviously the financial support is just tremendous. We couldn't do our work without the financial support. But we also have many volunteers. We rely on hundreds of volunteers each year. We rely on advocates who can help us fight on behalf of our students. And we've really done a great job engaging our parents. We have over 150 parents engaged in the work of Esperanza and ultimately in the work of their children. And we think that that's going to be the most important factor in helping their children graduate from high school.
This is a passion for you. This is more than just a position for you.
Right.
This is a passion. Speak about that, won't you, Victor?
Well, I think as a child, my mother always stressed the importance of education, and, you know, being a low-income family, you know, we always realized that for us to be able to improve our lives, we had to educate ourselves. So I want to do the same, and this is the perfect organization and the perfect mission for me. And so I'm very honored to be the leader of Esperanza.
Yeah, and for you, use the phrase "for us to improve our lives." You're looking primarily at Hispanic students right now, right?
Well, the mission of Esperanza is for Hispanic students, but we feel that our work impacts the entire community.
Certainly it does, because we're all in this thing together. We're all Americans in this community together, trying to raise the standards of everybody. If you come up and you come up and you come up, we all come up.
Right.
So we're thinking along the lines, same lines. Now, are tickets still available for this Fiesta of Hope luncheon?
Yeah, there's tickets available. There's tables. There's also scholarship sponsorships available. So information, you can get information on our website, esperanzainc.org, or you can call our office, 216-651-7178.
We've got that phone number and that website right on the screen right there, so write that down. And once again, it's going to be Friday, June the 21st, starts at 11:45, or around the noon hour at the Cleveland Renaissance Hotel. You're excited about this.
I am excited. I think that we're giving away more scholarships in larger amounts to more students, so that means that more students are graduating high school and going on to college. So I'm really excited for them to be able to, for us to present them to the community, because it is a community effort that led them to be there, and for all of us to celebrate their successes together.
Yeah. Esperanza's been doing this, as you said, for some years now. How do you feel when some of those students come back, who are former students who've gone on, done what they needed to do, and they come back and they help you? How does that swell your heart when you see them come back and talk about the successes they found because you and Esperanza were there for them?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's proof that what we're doing is working, and it's also it helps our organization sustain itself. You know, our success stories help us grow and sustain ourselves, so it's amazing.
And you're always available for a check. If somebody wants to write a check and just send it to Esperanza, they may do so?
Yeah, we'll never turn that down. Yeah.
Where's your address? Where do they send that check?
3104 West 25th Street, 4th floor, Cleveland, 44109.
3104 West 25th Street, 44109.
Yes, 4th floor.
4th floor. We'll get.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of floors, and you want your check to get to your floor.
Right.
Okay. Victor, it's always good to have you on the broadcast. Tell everybody at Esperanza we said thank you for what you do and thank you for what they do. We really appreciate it.
And we thank you.
Yeah, one of the strong people in the greater Cleveland area, Victor Rees. He's on Kaleidoscope with us often, and we're always glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Take care, Victor. Victor Rees, Executive Director of Esperanza. Once again, Friday, June 21st at the Cleveland Renaissance Hotel. Starts at 11:45. Esperanza. It's Fiesta of Hope. It'll be a good one.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Taking a break right now. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about a local organization that's sponsoring a walk, and it's helping you and me and the rest of us all along the way. Back in a moment. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. You can take a walk with a friend and help a local organization at the same time. Society of St. Vincent de Paul holds its annual Friends of the Poor walk on September the 28th. The Executive Director, John Litton, is here to tell us more about the organization and the upcoming fundraiser. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Good to have you with us. Tell me about the mission of St. Vincent de Paul, the Society of St. Vincent
Certainly.
de Paul.
The Society is a network of over 1,000 volunteers spread throughout Northeast Ohio, dedicated to person-to-person service to others. That service takes on many forms, often emergency assistance with rent and utilities, but also food and clothing for people who need it.
You are there at ground level when people need you.
That's right.
When they need you now.
Absolutely.
And that's what the organization has been doing for some years now, right?
Almost 150 years, in fact.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. And you're the executive director of it. You see it's widespread, the need, isn't there?
Yes, it's in the cities, it's in the suburbs, it's really everywhere. And we're seeing it increasing throughout Northeast Ohio. Seeing it in ways you didn't see it before. More families, more seniors, more working poor, people who have jobs who still simply aren't able to make ends meet.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the walk that you've got coming up in September. Tell me about where you got that name for the walk, you know.
Well, we are a national organization as well. So the Friends of the Poor Walk is a national event, but it is also our mission is to be locally based. So through the walk, people are able to raise funds for their local area. So if you would like to direct your funds, pledges from the walk to, you know, St. Philomena, which is in East Cleveland, you can do that. If you'd rather go to the Ohio City neighborhood, you can do that. So people can target where it goes. And it's also worth pointing out also that the event is free to enter.
Yeah. And we're looking at some pictures from a previous walk.
Yes, yes, we had a great time last year.
Yeah. So this is coming up on September the 28th. Now, where does the walk begin?
The walk will be at Richfield Woods Park this year, which is Richfield, Ohio, just off of 77, not too far from the old Richfield Coliseum.
So if you can get to where the old Coliseum used to be.
Right, right. Well, and when you're
right
in an
there.
8-county area, you need to be centrally located, and that's where we are.
It starts in that morning,
Correct.
which is
9:30
Saturday.
a.m.
At what time?
9:30 a.m.
9:30 in the morning, Saturday, September 28th at Richfield Woods Park, right near the old Richfield, where the old Coliseum was.
Right.
So this is how you raise money, and this will help you do what you've been doing.
We hope to. Yeah, absolutely.
You and I were chatting just before we started the broadcast today, talking about you've got an announcement to make regarding a pantry.
That's right. If anybody's familiar, if any of your viewers are familiar with Brother Hubbard's Cupboard, which takes place in the Carl B. Stokes Social Services Mall, it's been threatened with closure just due to some relocation of the Capuchins who run it currently. They've done a wonderful job running it for a number of years. Brother Walt Robb serves thousands of people on an annual basis through that pantry. But threatened with closure, we are coming in and we are going to be taking that pantry over starting sometime over the coming month or so.
So you've got a lot more to do with that pantry.
Precisely, yes.
And the need is there to feed people who are unable to put food on their own tables.
I was just there this morning, and over 250 families had come through this morning alone.
Now, where's that pantry located?
6001 Woodland, again, the Carl Stokes Social Services.
Oh, then, yeah, right near the intersection of East 55th and Woodland. That's
correct.
the major.
Just down from there.
Just came through that intersection on the way to work this morning from the southeast part of the Cuyahoga County. How can the public help you now, others than participate in the walk and things like that?
Well, we're always looking for volunteers. Like I said, we're a volunteer-based organization, over 1,000 volunteers in Northeast Ohio. So we're always looking for people, and you can look on our website, svdpcle.org, to find out more information about that. Obviously, we're always looking to raise funds, but we're always looking for people to serve also. So if you know of a family that's in need of help, we are a place to go. There should be no stigma attached to coming for help from us. And I would add that part of our mission is to be person to person in our service, to preserve the dignity of the person we're serving.
You serve in 8 county. I'm looking at a little map here. You serve an 8-county area with volunteers from all over the place.
That's right. It's the area of the Diocese of Cleveland. So Cuyahoga, Lorain, Wayne, Ashland, Medina, Summit, Lake, and Geauga counties are the areas that we serve.
And the work just continues. It just continues.
Absolutely.
The need continues to be there, yet you continue to be there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But we can always use more help. We can always use volunteers. Certainly, if people feel of liberty to donate, both funds, but also food, also clothing. All those things are in need, and we'll distribute them properly.
I want to put a phone number on the screen where you can get more information about everything we're talking about. It is area code 216-696-6525. You see that at the bottom of the screen, extension 3150.
That's right, and the website you see there is for our walk, fopwalk.org.
Okay.
We'd love to have you there to join us.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Thank you
Good to
very
see you,
much.
my friend. Good to have you on the broadcast. John Litton, Executive Director of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. I'm going to take a break right now. We have thanked John for being on the broadcast. We thank you for being with us. In just a moment, Marcia Maccabee of the Urban League joins us. Now for the morning exchange part of Kaleidoscope. That means Marcia Maccabee, President of the Urban League. She's got an announcement.
I do have a great announcement, Leon. Thank you. Starting tomorrow, June 3rd, we're going to have an exciting new workforce training program going on at the Urban League. It's called SOAR, and that stands for Solid Opportunities for Advancement and Retention. This program is something for the unemployed, the underemployed, veterans, and returning citizens to help them to be able to get a job, keep a job, and advance in a job. It's a 3-week program that will meet from 9 to 4, Monday through Thursday, and upon successful completion, there will be placement opportunities in jobs.
So all people have to do is sign up for this.
Sign up for this, absolutely.
And what's the cost of all of this?
The cost is absolutely your attendance and your participation. In terms of dollars, zero. It's free.
$0, but you've got to show up.
Exactly.
And you got to bring your thinking hat with you.
And you got to be willing to get engaged and do what the instructors share with you.
Okay, we got a minute remaining. Specifically, who are you gearing this to once again?
We're gearing this to the unemployed, the underemployed, veterans, and returning citizens or ex-offenders.
Where do these classes take place?
They take place at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland at 2930 Prospect Avenue.
Right at the corner of East 30th and Prospect.
Absolutely.
You are going to make significant inroads with this program, aren't you?
We absolutely are, and this is a vetted curriculum that we have duplicated or replicated from the Cincinnati Urban League. They've had great success with it, and they're working with us to replicate it here.
We've got 20 seconds remaining. It's called SOAR, as in
SOAR.
S-O-A-R.
S-O-A-R.
We can fly, we
Absolutely.
can soar if we've got the right winds underneath our wings.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and the Urban League wants to be that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Marcia Maccabee,
you.
with a brand new program. We're glad about that, too. That's it.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.